So we're living in a time that might be remembered as one of the biggest bubbles in history. And that's because in the next few weeks, your retirement account and your 401k is going to be buying shares in some of the biggest IPOs in human history, even though you might not want to. Okay, how's that going to happen? It's going to happen because the rules of the financial system were just rewritten to make sure that your money is going to be buying it automatically. Now, this is actually more than just a theory. Larry Fink from BlackRock, which is the biggest asset management company in the world, said that your retirement funds and pension funds will be used to build out this AI infrastructure.
And so much of this money, not just the project, is going to be coming from the private sector. From savings accounts, from pension accounts, from insurance companies, on and on and on.
So let me explain how this is going to happen. In the finance world, there's a concept called the IPO, or the initial public offering. That's when a private company goes public, right? It's when investors all around the world are finally able to buy shares and invest in a company. And one of those companies that's going public soon is SpaceX. And the value of that company is going to be $1.75 trillion. Now, to put that number in perspective, it would make SpaceX, on day one, more valuable than every American defense contractor combined. It would also be the biggest IPO in human history, even bigger than Saudi Aramco, which held that record since 2019. The difference, though, is that Saudi Aramco was the most profitable company on the planet when it listed, but SpaceX lost $5 billion last year. Now, the craziest part about all of this, though, is that the financial rules that are supposed to protect us from buying these overpriced investments at the wrong time were also just changed right before these IPOs. And that's because on May 1st, the NASDAQ introduced something called the fast entry rule, which cuts the waiting period for a company to be included in an index from 3 months to just 15 trading days. And what it also does is it gets rid of something called the float requirement that would have disqualified SpaceX, for example, from being included. The rule change will also force index funds to artificially inflate how much of the company they'll have to buy. So what we now have is a handful of insiders that got in really early at low prices, and now they need to exit. And to exit, they need buyers. They need a lot of buyers. Buyers that are going to absorb trillions of dollars worth of stock at peak values so that the insiders can walk away. But finding enough of these buyers for the biggest IPOs in history is going to be really hard, unless you change the rules. Which means now your 401k might be the exit liquidity they need.